Good afternoon and welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the analyst desk and the small break you had. We are here to round out the grand finale, the last two matches here of the Techchase Crew Battle Invitational. It is going to be a wild ride, and I am very excited to be here with my good friend Craig to bring it to you guys. And of course, I'm Script. How we doing tonight, Craig? It's been a wild one.
It has been. Been here for the whole thing. It's been nuts. I mean, the first couple matches started out kind of the way we thought they would have in those playing games. But once we got to the Michigan State matchup, the Davenport, the 1, the 2 seed, 3, 4 seed, man, it has been crazier than I thought it would have been. And I thought it was actually going to be a little bit closer than it was. But that last one, boy, I did not expect that to go the way it was. And I was not expecting to see Davenport here playing for third place. But here we are. So.
I mean, man, feels good. Being a CMU alumni myself, I love to see us in finals. But there is no sort of alliances here on the commentary desk. We cut it clean down the middle every single time, man. But kicking off with our third place tiebreaker match, going to be OU versus Davenport. And one thing I thought has been really interesting about Davenport through this entire time is just the lineup they'll go into with each and every single match. Obviously, it's been changing up quite often. Every time you see them coming into a new match, a new week, there is a different lineup, someone new to start, someone new to anchor. So I'm just kind of really interested to see how they'll go about it going on here. And the thing is with OU too, they're a very well-rounded team. You can really start anybody and not have any sort of problem there. So it's gonna be an interesting start here for the picks.
Yeah, I think that early in the season we saw a lot of Bestness anchoring, and you know They won some games, but it came down to Bestness having to take a good amount of stocks, which a lot of time he did pretty handedly. We saw early in the season Bestness actually going with some of his secondaries, not with Ness. But later in the season, as of late, when that playoff push started coming around, when they were starting to push for trying to make a higher seed to secure that second seed, we saw him coming in heavy with the Ness, and a lot of times leading off. I was actually a little bit surprised to not see him first, because in the last matchup against CMU, because that's where we've seen him recently, was come in with Ness, take a lot of stocks, and just get that momentum going for his team. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do in this next matchup. But Oakland yet to beat Davenport, dropped both games to him earlier this season. So.
Right.
So really good performances so far from Oakland, though. They did have to go up against MSU, which actually ended up being a nail biter too. But Spectral having a really good day in and of itself. So I'm curious as to what they're kind of planning and what their game plan is going into this one.
And we're finally getting our first information in about this match. The starters have been chosen for each team. We'll have Oakland start up with Saturn and Davenport start up with XODS. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize.
I think it goes by Exodus, so really close.
Exodus.
So
that's my fault, brother.
That is the expecting to see. I don't think we've seen Saturn play anyone but Lucas, and I don't think we've seen Exodus play anyone but Cloud.
Mm-hmm. So. It's interesting, man. It's an interesting dynamic too, and it's obviously too with somebody like Bestness playing another one of the PK children, if you will. Obviously, a lot to learn there too. So we will be interested to see how the information can follow down the chain going into this one.
Yeah, and it's just it's when you play in these crew battles, just the different mindset and the different meta that goes into it is, as opposed to if you're just playing in a regular tournament setting. It's big. Every stock matters. You know, if you drop a silly stock in a best 2 out of 3, you don't care. You win the game, you don't care. But in this match, when you have 3 and you have to stretch those out as long as they can go, it's interesting to see how counter picking, both stage and both characters, really comes into effect.
Mm-hmm. And actually, it looks like we have our first ban coming in. Davenport being the home team here. Home team having to ban the first stage, banning FD. And I like that option too. Obviously, I feel like either of the PK children get a lot off of the horizontal space, but Cloud with the sword, man, can really cover a lot of ground too. And if you lose your footing once, you can take quite a lot of damage. It looks like OU banning Battlefield and Small Battlefield here too. So the pick's getting a little bit smaller, man.
Yep. So Saturn today, taking a look at what he's done so far in his first matchup against Concordia, he came out first, and he was actually the MVP in that one, taking 7 stocks, beating Gossman, Haig, and taking one off Jay Goody before Oakland ended up running away with that and beating Concordia to start off the day. And then against Michigan State, he came in and not as hot. He had to go up against Hawk and only took 1 stock from him to start things out. And on the other side of things, we said it was Exodus who is coming in for who is coming in for Davenport, and of course they've only played one game today. He led off. He was their starter last time as well. Came in and he actually took 3 off Silent Bean and then dropped 1 to Haz. So so good start from both of these. So it'll be interesting to see where things end up. Both seem to be kind of their comfortable starters today.
It looks like we're getting the first venue for this match, though. We're going to Smashville. Davenport has locked in the choice, so we have Smashville chosen. If we're thinking about this one, obviously you have the very wide base of the stage too, but the very centralized platform that can you can start juggles really well if you're talking about like the Lucas, but also too, man, the up air chains from Cloud can be quite devastating too. So it just depends who's in disadvantage more, especially on stage, can be really hard.
Yeah, that matchup is I don't know if I could say one way or the other who I think matchup wise how that one should play out. I think that Saturn is when it comes to the player, the one with more experience and some better results in some of these tournaments. So I would expect to see him get a good start. I mean, considering some of the talent that Davenport has on their team, of course, there's Bestness who can come in and wipe away a whole lot of stocks when he needs to. But considering what he did against Concordia, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Saturn get a good solid lead against Davenport here too. If he kicks things off with beating Exodus, then you never know. They could just put in the stopper and throw Bestness in too. So it's all that's where that crew battle meta comes in.
So you have Davenport coming off of the game that they had just played, so the taste in their mouth is still hanging in there, much more so than I would think for something like OU, who had to wait the whole other crew battle to get in here too. So seeing who can stay hot here is going to be a big thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's been a fun time this whole season. I'm excited to see where things end up. Of course, this is just the warm up, the appetizer, if you will, for the big match that's going to be coming later this evening. So make sure, if you're sticking around for this one, make sure to stick around for that one too. I know we'll talk more about that one soon, but are you imagining Michigan State running away with this, not dropping one at all, finishing the perfect season, or you think Central's feeling hot?
Man, it's tough too. The thing with Michigan State too is they've had to put in their subs so many different times here too, because like it feels like every other week someone's been unreliable, unable to play too. But the Central Michigan team has just been tight knit for the most part here. I know Column has been kind of absent for the past couple of weeks here, so the same team has been kind of rocking together for a while with the superhero Column has and Silent Bean team up. But we will have to wait and see for that one, as we have our third place match going in here. Win this one, you're walking home with a chunk of change. Lose it, you're going home empty-handed.
Getting started here, and Exodus coming in real heavy and tries to get a couple grabs there, missing, and Saturn doing a good job of keeping his space, but Exodus closing that, getting that big sword on him. Already 36 damage, nothing on him yet.
Right. Ooh, getting caught for these air dodges to the ground too, landing really passively, giving Cloud the opportunity. Oh, got the first hit of the parry, not going to find the second one on the rise of the Climb Hazard. Great shield play here.
Yeah. And when Limit fully charged, it rolls right through it, barely missing that, but still the Climb Hazard connecting, and yet to be touched is Exodus.
We're back over for some stage control here. I got to imagine, yeah, PK Thunder gonna get off the stage. Oh, no, that's a stock.
No.
My goodness, Kim. The air dodge in was caught at the very last moment before Exodus could have grabbed the stage there too. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. What was there? He had no damage off him before he went into disadvantage. 0%. And then, as you're saying, hey, let's throw out some PK Thunder just to put something on him, and then he's dead.
It's the risk reward of that one too. It is so nice. Oh, getting chained here though. Able to air dodge into stage though, getting some shield pressure. Smart to hold it up there too. Finally getting out of the corner. You're not going to be punished here. Up on the platform, though. No continuation. Trying to keep him in disadvantage. That's all right.
Slowing it down a little bit, taking a little bit of time on the ledge, finally getting up and connecting with the get-up attack. And Limit fully online now. Let's see if he can make a little bit more out of it than he did last time.
Oh, my goodness. Letting him rip early here, too. You've seen 2 limits already spent. Quite haphazardly, too. I really am a big fan of using the buffs you get from the passive on the Limit, as opposed to letting it rip early. But I guess that's what the timer does to you. PK freeze, we're getting ledge though.
Thunder.
Yeah, we're dead. We're dead.
Yep. Saturn living 137%, still 3 stocks left. I mean, if you're Exodus, you gotta find a way to take this one with you. You don't take percentage with you into the next round, so it is real tilting to put a whole lot on someone and not take that stock, knowing that they're keeping it and moving into the next fighter.
Back air whiffing on that one too. Great spot dodge, avoiding the forward tilt. Looking for an option high though. Cloud's not going to be able to get that high without a huge commitment, so no punish there. Big dancing though. We'll find a stop with that dash attack. Yeah, got caught in the lag of the PK fire.
Big
slash. Yeah, giving him limit. Trying to catch some sort of tech option there, coming down to the ground after the low percent down throw. Oh, the full stage play team.
Finally getting him with one.
We go from ledge here too. Looking for the neutral get up. Not going to time the up smash properly.
So he tries to poke through shield. Oh, he thought he was going through that shield, but no. Good, smart play on that shield, pulling back and causing Exodus to whiff there.
Getting pushed away well here though. Saturn's still keeping this lead pretty tight. We're running into that one though. Yeah, dashing forward a little too close.
94%.
Oh, great nair. That was really good.
It's like Exodus starting to get a little bit of a footing after he seemed a little confused after dropping that real early stock and taking a lead, but seems to be evening things back up. If he can just take one more off of Saturn, that would be a big, big help, let alone if he can somehow pull this back and actually win it. But not letting the first opponent into the next match with more than one stock is huge.
Oh, the coverage too. This is 4G. It's 5G broadband out here, man. We got the full coverage. I can hear you.
Man, that was rough for Exodus. Just how he started that one, so patient, did a really good job of closing the gap on Saturn's Lucas, and then all of a sudden, 0%, finds himself in disadvantage, and then boom, mistake, game dead. Just the.
I mean, what else can you say about that too? That's how you turn it around too. And once you have the momentum like that, it's ridiculous. And once the onus is on like the Cloud player to approach too, you can just. Especially too with like Lucas, you can just throw those PK fires back and back and back, and you can just keep on forcing them to come at you too. And we saw that Cloud was really looking to put those limits to use early too, and not really letting the opponent get in their own head and be like, oh, what are we gonna do with this one here?
Yeah, and that's where some of that crew battle stuff comes in. I mean, you can, if you cheese out a stock here and there, I mean, it can be big for the fact of who's going to come out on top of the entire one. And that's what you saw there. Not only did cheese out of stock, hey, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to take 1 point off your team right here. That was also just a momentum swing, a huge one at that. So we're looking at, Exodus, he drops, he's 3 stocks down, only ended up taking 1 stock off of Saturn. So Saturn's still living. He's going to have to go up against the next one in for a Davenport. Of course, we saw last time Vengeance as well as Smithers and Bestness. Vengeance, Smithers, probably not feeling so hot after what happened in their last performance. Didn't come in and couldn't take one off Prod and drop that one against Central. I wonder what they do here. Do you put in Bestness and just see if he can just clean things up, or do you give Smithers or Vengeance a chance for a little redemption?
It's really tough to say too. It's really where your mind is at if you are the Davenport coach here, wanting to choose what you want to do. Do you want to give the boys some chance to prove themselves again? Because we saw what it's like to put them in that situation once Bestness has been slain too. Do we want to go for maybe a different method here and see if Bestness can close it out if need be at that point, or see if we can give them as much of a cushion as possible and try to walk that one in themselves? It'll be a minute before you see though. No responses from the Davenport side yet in the tournament chat here too. We are still waiting to see who will go. Actually, we have our pick finally. We're gonna go with putting the boys in, seeing what they can do, keeping Bestness on the back burner thus far, and we have PS2, Pokemon Stadium 2, being our choice for Vengeance here going into this one.
All right, Vengeance came out last time with his Palutena. He also has been known to play Pichu. I don't know if I was him, and I'm feeling equally comfortable on both those. Who I go with in the matchup here? Probably Palu. I'm thinking against the PK boy.
Yeah, I mean honestly, we are running on 11.0 here. With the Pichu buffs in place, we're not getting any sort of damage buffs here too. Just less damage being taken too. But having to get in so close to someone as shifty as Lucas, where you're really ducking and dodging around most of the time, and your airspeed's ridiculous. It's hard to really pin someone down, so taking any extra damage in that situation is really tough. We saw how early, even without the Gimps, that like the down smash was able to take stocks and stuff like that too. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be a big one here. So, yeah, I think too another thing against Pichu is Lucas. A lot of his attacks are a little bit lower profile. You go with Pichu, it's a lot easier to get in to duck, dodge, dive around a taller character who Pichu's just gonna have that natural advantage of, hey, you swing something at me, I just live underneath that. But with a lot of the down smashes, with a lot of the the Zares coming out from Saturn, it's something you're not going to be able to avoid as a small character. And he does decide to go with the Palutena here. We're going to wait our 30 seconds before these two can get started.
I think the Palutena is just the better choice. Obviously, dash tech and back air being such disgusting options when having to deal with some of the projectiles that are thrown out by Lucas. It's definitely going to be a more comfortable pick in the matchup on paper, if you will.
Yep.
What do we got? 3, 2, 1, go! That's the thing I miss from offline crew battles the most, man. The countdowns, man, that was hype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be back one day.
One of these days.
We hope.
Pressed into a corner immediately, though. Saturn finally losing his footing. Vengeance able to put on a little bit of damage here, too. Ooh, caught that air dodge down, yeah.
This is just where he's been deadly today, as well as big last game. Oh yeah, too. It's just Saturn's availability to ledge trap.
Not gonna continue.
Oh, you gotta be kidding!
My goodness, for real? You got caught there?
Yeah.
Hanging on the ledge a little too long, my friend. They'd have even tried to do a drop down or something like that to get caught there, but stocks still fly nonetheless. We're getting pushed off the ledge in the corner here, too.
First disadvantage we saw Saturn in this match, and it was short-lived.
Yeah. Dash Attack not going to punish anything here. That shield came up just in time. And this was the thing with disadvantage versus Lucas. It's just like so many different options to be put at such a safe distance, too.
Yep.
But immediately already ready to put the pressure right back on. Saturn is doing extremely well here. I love the grab, though. Throw for some stage. I like that. Forward tilt not going to catch that get up. No jab lock. We were looking for it. Ooh,
caught there. PK Thunder. I'm sorry, PK Fire. Tried to get the down smash, but a little bit too late there.
Forward tilt going to reach far enough here, too. Explosive flame from this distance? No, you gotta put something up there, and we will catch that
flame
jump
from that distance.
Yeah. 2-1 in stocks here, though. Saturn. The thing is, I really feel like that corner is just where Saturn's making a lot of the money. You got to find a way to get out of there, and once you can kind of get the even footing, we can work from then on. Down smash not going to connect to that neutral get up. Going to work out. You can't counter it all the time, though. Ooh, yeah, got caught jumping.
Even percentage, one stock apiece. See if Saturn can keep it alive and just continue a little bit of a streak of terror here. Gets a grab, forward throw, gets stage control.
Right down air is there too, locked in this shield. Gonna jump out of it. Very good, very good. Looking for something here. Back here too, gonna catch the side magnet stall. I would have to imagine that's what was going for. Oh, looking for maybe an up air drag down. Lucas a little too short to get hit by that at that position.
Oh!
Is it
gonna do it? No, but that will.
Yeah. My goodness. So one stock for 3 there too. Saturn is making the deals right now.
Yep, Saturn already getting his money worth. Dropped 2 stocks of his own and has already taken 6 off of Davenport and still has some life left. Keep in mind he took 7 in his first match today against Concordia. He's gonna try. Let's see if he beats it.
Hey man, we're on our way to do so as well. And I just feel like we had too much respect, for the Lucas. We really didn't. You saw there's many times when Saturn was at ledge too, and Vengeance was like mid-stage with like really no hitboxes being thrown out too. And I understand like the reversal game was very, very good to that point from Saturn. But you got to throw some explosive flames, some auto reticle. You got to put something there to even like condition your opponent to just even think about what's going on.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's Palutena is one of those characters that has projectiles, but it's not a projectile character. So your projectiles are there to it's like that chess move. Hey, I'm gonna throw this out there just to make you think. I'm
think about it, right?
Yeah, think about it. Just so they don't get comfortable. Just so he can't sit back on you and just know he's gonna approach. I can sit here and wait. And I think that's where he he struggled a little bit, and he seemed to stay back just a little bit too much on him. I think with Palutena, you do have to use your projectiles to condition him and then find a way to get in, especially on a character like Lucas. You don't want to give him too much space. And we didn't really see any of the, Palutena kind of her go-tos. There was no spin cycle. We didn't see him get stuck in the blender at all. Didn't do much juggling. I don't think we saw any. I don't think he had a chance to even try and kill him with an up air out of all two of the stocks there. So really good job on Saturn for just understanding the way his opponent is playing, recognize it, and being able to take those 3 stocks, only dropping 1 on his own.
And the thing is, from Vengeance too, when we did see like jumps baited out from the corner in the 1 stock that was taken, it worked out extremely well. Like the things that needed to be done would have worked out properly. Mm-hmm. It's just we have to take those steps going forward to. It's just making sure you have extra variables in your opponent's position, because even if there's nothing there, it's just much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that leaves us with Best Ness and also Smithers. Pow Pow is a sub on their team. I'm not sure if we'll see him. But may or may not be available. We did not see him in his last match. So leaving us with probably either the K Rule or the Ness.
Damn, how unprofessional. Hold on. What am I doing? What the heck, script? They don't. What are we doing here, man? Nothing. I got nothing. Hey, that was pretty good, right? Pretty good.
Look at you go. And living the life down there. Don't need to worry about anything. Don't need to close your closet. Living out in the warmth in Florida.
Yeah, I've been living the good life, man. It's been a good job.
Yeah.
All right, Saturn versus Smithers going in here. The K Rule coming out to play. Got 30 seconds, of course, man. We can talk about anything in these 30 seconds. We can fill the dead air with absolutely anything.
Anything in the world.
Yeah. So many options for the players to do in these 30 seconds too. You obviously see the grab release is doing no percent.
Yeah. The first time I've seen the grab release, actually.
The meta's developing.
Interesting. Yes. There's the meta. That 30-second crew battle wait meta.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Go! And
start off with some hot projectiles, man. You can't beat that.
Last time we saw Smithers on stream was when he was trying to play against Prada, and he just seemed like to play. He seemed scared a little bit. He tried to get Crown. He sent out Crown. He sent out Cannon a whole lot, but really didn't close the gap and utilize some of those other tools that K Rule has. Some of that cheese he can pull out, that big belly, some of the counters, the berry for his down throw. We didn't get the chance to see any of that, so I'm guessing he probably recognized that, maybe got a little bit of a coaching, and I don't imagine we're going to see that same situation again against Saturn.
Playing well here too, though. You see Saturn already with a very big deficit, especially playing against a K Rule here. Playing it smart though. Going for the down throw berry. What do we got? The up smash will take
There's the berry.
That's what you need, man. That's the kind of confidence boost. Even if it's just taking 1 stock, you're going to the next game with 3, man. It feels good. It feels very, very good.
Yeah, it's a confidence boost for your team, but it's also the, just putting the stopper in for Saturn. That's big. But now that leaves Central being able to play the counter pick game, so they know that, hey, I got a K Rule to play against, and they know whoever we put in next should also probably be prepared to maybe take 1 off of Best Nest when they're thinking about matchups. So that's where they're looking now.
I mean, absolutely too. And OU has every other player at their disposal, but again, great job there to Saturn. I mean, we didn't quite see 7 stocks. We only saw 6. I mean, that's okay, I guess.
Right.
It's all right, but
getting your money's worth out of Saturn. Yeah. Paying 3 stocks, he comes out and he brings you home 6. So you can't complain about that at all.
Right.
And yeah, doing a really good job of being. He's kind of just been their go-to starter. Right. He's feeling confident. You love to see kind of his progression over the season. He's been playing both a lot in Techchase and also entering tournaments and being active in the community. So you love to see the progression and see some of the positivity and the growth out of him.
Now, if I was the coach for Oakland here, my boy Carl Leone, I'm looking at Wirbelnerfer here. Obviously, the huge body and Wirbelnerfer playing the Shotos, rocking the Ken, what I've seen for the most part, or just a combo tutorial at that point. It's really open season for whatever you want to do with that with that character too. And with the frame data you have on Ken too, it's really hard to not get overwhelmed on the K rule too. Not many big combo breaking options for stuff that's tight like that.
Yeah, in there, that's how they went with it the first time. Saturn got a big lead against Concordia earlier today. You know, Saturn came in, took 7 stocks, and Werble finished out the rest of them. So that may be the route they're going this time. Werble was able to take 5 stocks in the first game against Concordia, and then against MSU, he was only able to take 1 as he anchored for the team, and of course didn't pull that one out. But I agree. I think Werble would be a good pick. You talk about just a combo showdown. That's what you could see, but decided not to go with Werble, and we're going to see Broly's Roy.
I mean, shoot, Roy can kind of overwhelm me in the same way too. That character is blazing fast.
Yeah, you talk about a character able to just control and rush down in neutral. Man, that's Roy for you.
Now we can see him in an even 3 stocks apiece here too. We're still gonna take 30 seconds just because we're classy, you know. All right, Chad. Who do we got here in this one? Even 3 stocks to 3. This should be an even start for both. Who are we thinking? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! I dropped that.
All right, but Smithers coming in, getting a good amount of early damage, already 67% on to Broly, and now has stage control, and man, putting the pressure on him. Oh, I thought he might have pushed him out enough to gimp him, but no, Broly getting back to stage and now coming back with some revenge in his mind.
Shots up here too. That's one thing. Roy dealing with this range is going to be quite tough, but once we get in, as I said, it's going to be quite the show. Push that ledge early here, using the crown to get off. Great shield from Broly, able to come in as we saw Smithers trying to get some more stage control, some more real estate coming off that right side. Going for a down air here, not going to find it. Another nair off the ledge. That's been Broly's main option.
Yep.
Ooh, right out of the dance. Very good.
It's always scary to go for that one. I know that every time I do it, I was like, I tell myself I'm not going to try and grab or parry Dancing Blade ever again, and then I always do it. So.
But Broly looking unfazed too, immediately taking the stock after that too.
Yep.
Ooh, finding these nair chains, huge stuff, pushing off stage. Going for the deep pair, not to be found. Oh my goodness, yeah, called out that very smart. The armor from Crown Toss there too, still able to get a little bit of jab damage, but no knockdown, no huge combo here. Looking for the neutral tech there. Smithers not going to be found, and a forward smash in return. Oh my goodness, great jump save from Broly, my goodness.
Yep. I tell you, this game is almost starting to feel like the first one we saw on stream when it was Exodus versus Saturn. You know, Exodus had a good, strong lead, and then they had just a couple mistakes, and it just started switching the other way into OU's favor. And that's almost what we're seeing here.
I saw Smithers do that up air there to avoid the back air. That was quite good on the fly thinking, but still stuck in this left corner. Broly putting on a ton of pressure. Big short hop too. Great armor.
Yep.
Come through, get that forward tilt. Gonna drop down to a little laggy on that one, my friend, and we'll see you later. Broly still sitting with 2 stocks.
Using that big forward smash to take the last 2 stocks of Smithers. Broly is going to walk away with it, and they now have a commanding 8-3 lead. But that leaves us with Bestness, and I think if he's on his game, it's something he could run away with. So this one might have more time in the game clock than you might think looking at that score.
Right. And it looks like Bestness is picking him in Pokemon Stadium too. This is a staple for Bestness. I've seen him play on the stage countless number of times at this point through all the offline and online tournaments that he has attended. He is definitely a nomad, a warrior out there too. So staying where he's comfortable.
He's just been a staple in the community when it comes to Wi-Fi. He's been keeping the grind alive throughout this whole thing, and I think
Ooh, I like this one. No lie.
Yeah, we saw him go with his Rob early in the season a few times, and yeah, he looked clean with him.
Shoot, if you're playing in the Wi-Fi age, you're not investing in Rob. I don't quite get what are we doing here. Staying separated here. No grab releases to start. No grab releases to speak of.
See if he remembers to turn around and empty his laser. That's actually one of the interesting things about the crew battle is like some of these players have that little bit of advantage waiting that 30 seconds. So we have to remind him, hey, playing Rob, shoot that laser. And there he does. He gets it.
Very smart, very smart. Broly getting in close immediately though too. Obviously, Rob looking for some small openings to start from his combos. But he has nasty boxing, but it looks like Bestness is opting for the projectile into approach option. Oh yeah, that's the boxing I'm talking about though. Mike Tyson on stage. Oh my goodness, almost set up there too, but Bestness with the immediate reaction. Very, very smart. Broly trying to approach here too, but I mean Bestness is just keeping a very fluid wall. The distance that needs to be kept is nothing more, nothing less.
Approaching him against a good Rob who knows how to position that gyro exactly where it needs to is super frustrating.
Right. Well, for a charge neutral, you're not going to find it. Obviously, Rob's arms extending so high, you can shark from underneath that corner. Well, a little bit of taste of your own medicine here, getting that gyro in hand. And you see Bestness throwing out these, they almost look like misplaced back airs as Bestness finds the up smash too, but Broly's really holding forward here. He's looking for to cover an overshoot with those back airs.
Yeah, Broly definitely plays Roy how you see a lot of Roy's play. Very aggressive, a lot of holding forward, like you said. I think last match we saw him, it started out hold a little bit too much forward, and that's why it started out not in his favor, but seems a little bit more aware of it since then. And of course, going against a player like Bestness. Oh! Are you going to finish up? Nope.
Ooh, great early up too. You saw Bestness hunting. Yep. But as you said before, percent doesn't transfer. We're going to find something here. Looking for a jab, potentially leading to a back air. A lot of whipped aerials here too. Bestness not quite keeping up in step with how fast Broly's going here. Ooh, rolling behind you. Do a lot of rolls too, and they're working out well.
Just short hop, that patience, just expecting Broly to go through that. And it looks like Bestness is just feeling a step ahead.
Ah, the Nair trade will work. And the little Rob dance. I think Rob has some of the coolest taunts in the game, man.
Yeah, little circly do. Little
jig.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Oh, there you have it, Bestness. Not dropping a stock there, making it 6-3. So gotta beat 2 more to have Davenport University go home with a little bit of money here and keep that 3rd place dream alive. So that leaves us for Oakland. We are looking at, they've already used Saturn, they've used Broly, so we're looking at Warble Nerfer as well as Spectral. Spectral played really, really well today. Took 5 stocks off of MSU. Got a Tojo, took 2 off of Tojo, which is big, and then all 3 off of Okaru. So he's feeling himself today. Did not actually need him in the first match, so he's probably feeling good. He's probably feeling fresh. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw him next.
Right. And the thing is, like, when you're sending in somebody like Werble, if you send in somebody like Werble here, if we're thinking this is going to go the distance, I think Werble is the play here to see if we can get that stock. Because if we're in 1-to-1 with Werble and you have to play the boxing game versus Rob, it's going to be really, really tough. Mm-hmm. But if we're trying to end it here, man, I could definitely see Spectral going in first.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're making that decision. And yeah, I think, and it is Werble.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. See if we can get a stock off here. If I, obviously my boy Carl, the coach, putting in the thought. It's going to be hard to play this boxing game, though, I'll be honest.
I'd like to see how, what do players do to start, especially no stocks need to be taken right now, but like, how do players SD at the beginning? That's interesting, too.
For something here, and the go. You see Werble starting the projectiles early too. He has to play the ranged game with Rob. Obviously, he's gonna be at a deficit with his options compared to what Rob's got. But you gotta play the game if they're dealing it to you, you know.
Yep.
Big chase down here. The Tatsu's gonna work out for a little bit of damage. Okay, got the parry on deck. Oh my goodness, that's some big damage.
That's damage.
That's heavy stuff. Almost at 100 here. Werble not taking any percent thus far. Ooh, oh, I thought we were gonna see a Shoryu after that. Not gonna come out.
Getting that gyro middle of the stage, kind of splitting it in half here. Making approaching just a little bit harder, picks it up, throws it, but no, getting caught in a combo, not going to be able to finish off. But as he falls back to the stage, Werble able to find the kill.
The thing too, those hit confirms. Obviously, it's hard to box with the Shoto. I'll be honest. Rob has a lot more. Rob has a much more diverse toolkit, but when you're playing it in the way the Shotos like to, man, it's tough to beat. Tatsu's going to go straight through. Too much of a cross-up for Best Nest to find any sort of punish. That Nair was really good, though, on the catch.
Playing safe, and that shield poke, yep.
We could still, yeah, we still have our jump, still going to be able to Tatsu. Best Nest looking for something high, not going to be the case. You're just playing the trade game in this corner, too, and that's no problem when you're down, or when you're up like this.
Right.
High kick there coming out. Oh, looking for the roll back, yes, obviously. Stuck in the corner with those up tilts now, though. Gonna get caught with the back air from Best Nest.
Yeah, if you can take one more off of him, you're feeling okay. But it's tough to say in this because if you're feeling the momentum, if you're feeling good like you are at Werble right now, I mean, you're probably thinking, just end it. I do not want to give Best Nest one stock to even have to play in the next one. So he's feeling good, and he only has one stock to take from him. See if he can win this best of one against Best Nest, which would be huge for him and for his team.
Stuck in the corner here too again. It just seems like Best Nest is always having to respond with stocks. With that early start that Werble had. With that Nair coming in though, this is some damage. Oh yeah, looking for an air dodge down with that down smash. No dice.
And just putting the pressure on. He thought Broly was holding forward against him. Man, Werble now feeling himself.
Ooh, oh! Go forward to up down. I like that. What we have here though, this is all, I mean, any extra credit here at this point that we were able to take over into this 1-to-1. We've seen how early Ken can kill.
Yep.
Oh yeah, looking for some sort of option into gyro there in the corner. No slouch killing early either.
Starting to see him play a little bit more safe now.
Back here being found.
Expect him to come back, recover a little bit more aggressive, but Werble looking to do better.
A lot of spot dodges coming out of these Tatsus too. I'm wondering if Best Nest is going to catch on to that. Oh my goodness, that was so good.
Finding himself back into a corner here, finally finds his way back to mid-stage. Laser gives himself a little bit of room, finds himself on the platform. No one's going to connect. Kind of, again, playing a little tit for tat this last stock. Both of them trying to find a way to end it.
Oh my goodness. A forward tilde or forward smash there would have been devastating. You've seen that so many times in the quarter situation versus Ken. Really aggressive here on these approaches, man.
Here, Werble, you really just do not want to give Best Nest any life at all to finish it off, and he does not. That's going to do it. Werble Nerfer with the aerial up the platform, going to send Best Nest his final stock through that side blast zone, and Oakland University is going to take home third place in Techchase Major League.
Crazy, crazy stuff, man. Hey, he shut me up. He shut me up for sure. Like I thought if we were going to have to play the full game there versus Rob, it was going to be quite tough to find any sort of openings. But when the openings were found, I mean, just taking the distance is an absolute understatement.
Yeah, and you know, I'm surprised we didn't need to see Spectral come out. I was thinking this whole time, it's like, man, if you're Werble, just take as many stocks as you can. Spectral's good. You know, he can finish something off. Best Nest, of course, really freaking good, but also playing a secondary. Got a pretty good shot here, but Werble, screw it. I'm just gonna win it. Just do it. Just end it now. So,
pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. So that was our tiebreaker. Oakland University securing third place. Davenport University going home fourth place. Oakland winning a little bit of money, but the big money match is coming up here next. Central Michigan versus Michigan State University. The finals, the grand finals to take home all of the marbles here for the Techchase Major League. We are going to take a short pause before heading back over to the analyst desk. We'll keep things moving forward from there. Hang around. We'll be back shortly.